Hey guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2023 Ram 2500 Laramie with a 6.7 Cummins diesel.
And a big thanks to Mike at Furman Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Newport Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Mike.
And for those of you guys who don't know, Ram has been a series of trucks sold by Dodge, Chrysler, FCA, and Stellantis Motor Group since 1980. The 5th generation Ram 2500 that you see here was released in 2019. And for 2023, there are a few changes, starting with a new Rebel trim being added exclusively for the 2500, as well as the 1500 that's been around for several years now. There's also a new 12-inch digital gauge display available on the top trims, a digital camera mirror too with side view cameras integrated, as well as a new reverse trailer steering system, which will prevent the newbies from clogging up the boat ramp for way too long. There's 8 trims for the 2023 2500 Ram, starting with the $47,000 Tradesman all the way up to the $73,000 Limited. Here we have the Laramie sitting right in the middle of the trim pack, starting at $66,000 with 4x4 $9,700 extra dollars for the Cummins diesel. What else we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your LED daytime running lights and Ram LED specific headlights with 3-piece LEDs up front. This metallic silver trim for the headlight housing looks extremely premium, especially with the silver metallic paint color. There's a guy over there just blowing with the leaf blower, so I apologize for any of the background noise. But overall, as far as exterior styling, I think the Ram trucks do a fantastic job, probably the best in the segment, especially for the heavy duties. We have LED fog lights too, full front parking sensing, tow hooks, and I like how they're not shiny chrome. You get those matte bedliner colored tow hooks and a body colored front bumper. No front facing camera, unfortunately, a little bit of shiny chrome for the grille, but I like how we get the body color bumper and no shiny chrome for it. The wheel and tire setup, we get these optional rims. They're about $1,600 with an 8-piece lug pattern wrapped in Firestone Transforce all-terrain tires. Dimensions being 285/60 R20. This is a heavy-duty truck, so they inflate the crap out of these tires. They're like 85-90 PSI, so don't expect the same ride quality as a 1500. If you want 1500 ride quality, you can simply deflate them to 40 PSI, but then you're going to lose your payload capacity. The payload for this truck is over 3,000 pounds, and the towing capacity almost 20,000. I believe the max towing is 19,980. We get a 2500 red heavy duty badge on the hood, outlining some shiny chrome Cummins turbo diesel badge on the fender, chrome tow mirror with Ram badge on the LED turn signal. We get 2 tiers of mirrors. Up top you can see what's in your blind spot. Down below you can see a pretty good idea of what's going on around your rear wheel. We get zone lighting too, smart access for the driver and the front passenger, Ram badge on the side, no smart access out rear, and yes, we got the MegaCab. This is the whole reason I wanted to review this truck for you today. We've seen crew cab Rams and they are absurdly spacious. This MegaCab gives you an extra foot on top of a crew cab. The gas cap, you don't got to pull any latches right here. No easy fill. You got your diesel to the right and DEF diesel exhaust fluid right next to it. Out rear, you can get a good look at the suspension setup. We don't get leaf springs. We don't get leaf springs on the 1500s or 2500s shock and solid rear axle with a differential beefy 2500 differential out rear. Same rear wheel and tire setup, just a smaller brake caliper is the only difference. Out rear, we don't have any bed steps, so this is a pretty tall truck, making it a little bit tough getting in and out. LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights with the sensors part of these taillights as well. We get full rear parking sensing too. Tow hitch, I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly what the payload and towing capacity are. I believe the payload's like 3053 with the towing being like 1900, 990. We get the spray and bed liner here too. I believe it's $600. Gooseneck package. The electricals to the gooseneck to the left with an AC outlet right out front. We get 12 tie downs too. Very large bed. This is just a standard size bed, not the long one, but it's still very spacious. Big upgrade compared to a 1500. You get the Laramie badge on the left side, 4x4 on the right, and the Laramie badge, it looks like a piece of aluminum that's been hit by golf balls a little bit too much. A lot of craters on it, but I actually think it looks pretty cool. We'll take a quick look at the exhaust tip. And speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up the 6.7 liter Cummins inline 6-cylinder diesel and hear how she sounds. All right guys, that was the sound of the old reliable 6.7 liter turbo Cummins 6-cylinder diesel sold by Ram for the 2023 Ram 2500 heavy duty Laramie that we have here. And it sounds okay, making a really healthy amount of power at 370 horsepower, 850 pound-feet of torque. So a little bit down compared to the competition, but this is also a more proven and reliable platform. We see these all throughout tractors, semi-trucks, all sorts of heavy machinery. Enough to get this truck to 60 in the mid to high 7-second range, can tow about 20,000 pounds. It is a beast. But what you see is basically what we get. We have braces too connecting both sides of the chassis, which will help the handling quite a bit because the 1500 doesn't have the best handling. I can only imagine what would happen if you add this much weight and size to it. So it's nice to see those braces. But anyway, we'll walk around this 2023 Ram 2500 Laramie one more time and take a step inside and see what we get with this halfway through the trim pack, but very, very premium luxury truck. We can set the lights back to auto so the truck's not yelling at me. We get leather stitching up top, wood grain beneath that, some Alcantara for the center, gushy soft leather armrests with more contrast stitching, auto one-touch windows up front, power folding, and their tow mirrors, 2-person memory seats, aluminum door handle, and 2 tiers of storage, just like the 1500. We have the Alpine sound system here too. Same system that's standard on the 1500 Laramie, and it sounds pretty good. You can also upgrade to the Harman & Kardon system, which will sound significantly better. The seats are very well bolstered for a heavy duty truck. We get these sport buckets with some Alcantara trim up top, soft headrest, Laramie stitching. They're heated and ventilated. You can adjust the lumbar, recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats. Taking a step inside, we don't get a running board. You guys know how I feel about heavy duty trucks that are $80,000 with no running board. But anyway, you can add those aftermarket if you really need it. But anyway, foot on the brake, engine start stop. It is hot in here and everything fires right to life. But overall guys, the interior here is basically the same as the 1500. The biggest difference is going to be out back with that MegaCab. You get the 12-inch screen, typical Ram steering wheel. The feel actually feels better here compared to the 1500, at least when you're not moving, probably because of the added weight. We get the adjustments here for the infotainment, speedometer, vehicle info. You can see the pressure is very high in the tires. You see coolant temp, trans temp, oil pressure, boost pressure, diesel particulate filter, oil life, fuel filter life, battery voltage, exhaust brake, gauge summary, and engine hours. Cool. Drop down for the off-road settings for the drivetrain and the pitch and roll. Beneath that, fuel economy with the average and current fuel economy. Trip info, trip A, trip B, trailer tow screen. You can see the trailer trip and trailer brake controller down below. The audio. Beneath that, messages, screen setup, and the commercial settings. Beneath that, digital speedo. My personal favorite to look at all times would probably be this. On the left side, our tachos, so about 3,200 RPM, 120 mile-an-hour speedometer, fuel gauge beneath that, coolant temperature beneath the tach. You get the oil pressure on the right side and the battery voltometer too on the left, all digitally illuminated. Temperature outside, Ram up top with a compass. To the left of the steering wheel, we have a tilt and telescoping steering wheel with power adjustable pedals. Rain sensing wipers. The stocks have a satisfying click. On the right side, cruise control, and you can adjust the gears. They kind of function as paddle shifters. To the left of the steering wheel, interior brightness, auto headlamps, fog lights, and zone lighting. Aluminum outlining the air vents. Leather stitching for the dashboard. Ram with a 12-volt outlet and a little bit of storage outside of it. Some wood trim. 12-inch touchscreen outlined in some aluminum trim. I like how you get hard buttons for the vents and temperature adjustments, but if you want to activate the heated or ventilated seats, you have to go through the touchscreen, which is why I personally prefer the regular 8-inch screen. But this screen is also super impressive. It literally changed the game when it comes to full-size trucks. We can check out the map. In order to check out the map, you got to press the nav button, but the screen itself, excellent response. Google Maps screen. You see the gas stations responds basically just like an iPhone. Awesome. You also have the home screen, media, comfort, phone, and vehicle settings. You'll see what's available in vehicle settings. You can dim the mirror and access your rear view camera with a click of a button. Cool. Apps, we'll see what we have available. Off-road pages, Alexa, device manager, and Android Auto. You can see what's in all. You can see everything here. Pause, take a look. Awesome. My personal favorite to look at all times be the nav, so we'll leave it here. Volume dial and tune on the opposite side. Nice high quality resistance to the turn. 4-wheel drive, we get 2-wheel drive, 4 high and 4 low, no 4-wheel drive auto, but also isn't really necessary because you're not going to have much wheel spin in 2-wheel drive unless you're driving way too recklessly. We get the trailer brake controller, tow haul mode, 6 auxiliary switches, exhaust brake. You can turn off the parking sensors in the front and in the rear if you're off-roading. That'll be convenient so you're not just slamming on the brakes every time the parking sensors go off. We have USB A and C ports, 2 of them on each side, aux port in the center, ton of storage. No wireless charging pad here at least. But we get an AC outlet down below. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera, and a ton of storage all throughout. You push these cup holders forward. The cup holders are large. You'll fit 30-ounce bottles, nice pass-through for a phone, coin slots. The center console is a 2-tier. You'll fit probably 6 or 7 iPhones in here, a ton of car accessories, pens, business cards, and additional USB A port. The second tier, look how massive this one is. You'll fit probably 2 bowling balls in there. You'll fit at least 5 or 6 2-liter bottles of soda. You can also access the separator if you want to for one reason or another. It is available right down there. Underneath this console, we also have all these equations, the trigonomic ratios, Pythagorean theorem, the hypotenuse, the conversions between metric and whatnot, and we have the fraction to decimal chart to the left of it. So if you're not doing well in math, get a Ram 1500. You'll learn a lot with this truck. We also have a Ram logo part of this center console armrest and some contrast stitching. We have 2 tiers of glove boxes. The first tier is pretty large. You might fit 2 shoes in there, and the outside has some nice hard plastic graining to it. Some hard plastic beneath that too. You can drop this glove box, and it's also pretty large. You will fit about 20 license plates. Should be able to fit 2 pairs of shoes if you're under a size 8 or so. The rear view mirror is auto dimming. It's not frameless, and it's also not that digital rear view mirror. Not a big deal though for a mid-trim Laramie. 3 garage home link settings. The interior lights are LED. We also get a trunk release button, and we can open up our 5th window with a click of a button. Also nice and convenient. I wish it was an auto one touch, but at least we can still open it up nevertheless. No moonroof here. It is available, just not on this specific truck. Speaking of this specific truck, let's take a quick look at the window stickers, see everything we have available on this 2023 Ram 2500 Laramie MegaCab 4x4. With a $66,000 base price, it's an additional $9,700 for the turbo diesel. You guys can pause, take a look at all these options. We have quite a bit. $250 for the paint, $545 for the leather trim bucket seats, $545 for the 5th wheel gooseneck, $3,200 for the level 1 equipment group. You can pause, take a look at everything that comes available with that. $150 for the front and rear rubber floor mats by Mopar, $495 for the anti-spin differential rear axle, $97 for the 6.7 liter Cummins, $145 for the instrument panel mounted auxiliary switches, $95 for the clearance lamps, $1,700 for these rims. I'm not a big fan of these rims. I definitely wouldn't be paying $1,700 for them. I'm sure the standard rims would do the job with no problem. $600 for the bed liner, $1,895 for the destination, totals us out a tick over $85,000. That's about it though, guys. We can put this window sticker away. Check out the back seat of this 2024 Ram Laramie 2500 with the Cummins. So up top, we still get leather stitch trim, wood beneath that, aluminum outlining everything, aluminum door handle. The grab handle here is rubberized, leather stitched armrest with 2 tiers of storage. You should be able to fit a foot long in this tier. You'll stack 2 or 3 on top of each other down below. Taking a step inside, this is why you go MegaCab. Since we have additional foot here of space, you can recline the seats all the way back and still have the same legroom that you would have from 1500 or a non-MegaCab crew cab 2500. As a compromise though, you can't lift the seats up the same way that you would in a 1500 or a crew cab. You got to actually pull these latches and drop the seats down old school, which you can theoretically lay a sleeping bag on top of all these seats if you lay them flat, but not as easily as having a flat floor. But since the MegaCab has this feature, you have quite a bit of storage space behind all these seats. So if I was going with a 2500 heavy duty truck, I would try really hard to go with the MegaCab. That's probably a big reason why these Ram heavy duty trucks would outsell a Chevy or a Ford. But anyway, taking a step inside, we got to use this grab handle because of the absurd clearance height for not having a set of running boards. But the legroom back here is just like every heavy duty truck, absurd, over a foot of knee room. Headroom, I have at least 2 inches thanks to this cutout in the roof. Good job by Ram. If you're under 6'6", 6'7", you should have no problem sitting in the back of this truck. Mat pockets on both the front seats. We get air vents, also part of the console. 2 USB A and C ports and an AC outlet right down beneath. 2 cup holders, you'll fit 24-ounce cups with a pass-through. The center armrest cubby has 2 cup holders too with leather on both sides of it. Good for 2 arms. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles in there as Well, that's about it though, guys. It's really nice having the seats that recline. We can see if we recline any further. We do, but really not by much. I wish the seats reclined all the way to the back. It still gives us about 6 inches of potential recline, but we don't have it here. That's probably my only complaint with this MegaCab. I also like how the speakers shoot directly into your face, so if you're in the back seat with this Alpine sound system, it's gonna be bumping. The interior light back here, also LED. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of the 2024 Ram 2500 Laramie Cummins turbo diesel. It is a really nice truck. MegaCab too, if I didn't mention. That's the whole reason I wanted to get this truck to review for you guys. It is beautiful. Performance wise, let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. All right guys, now we're just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all new 2023 Ram 2500 heavy duty Cummins Laramie. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions though, the steering is definitely heavier compared to the 1500, and the ride quality is also definitely rougher. I'm sure if you lower the pressure in the tires, it won't be nearly as rough, but the way that it sits right now, definitely rougher compared to the 1500. As soon as we get the chance to take a step out here, it looks like we have the chance. Lean into it about halfway. Woo! Wow. Good power. I'm sure full throttle isn't going to be much more torquey than half throttle, but it is a very torquey half throttle. It doesn't feel any softer than a Duramax. I haven't gotten the chance to review anything power stroke related. I know the power stroke makes a little bit more power than both of these motors, both the Duramax and the Cummins. This Cummins doesn't really feel any slower than the Duramax. The steering, once you're at speed, you can move the wheel quite a bit without really changing directions. So what I was saying about the steering at low speeds does not apply at high speeds. But at low speeds, like I'm telling you, it feels good. Throttle feels nice, sensitive and responsive, and the brakes, unlike the Duramax diesels or really any Chevy truck, the brakes here feel a lot sharper. I don't know if the brakes are bigger, but it's the way they tune the brakes to feel a little bit bitier. The truck also, compared to the 1500 trucks by Chevy feel a lot smaller with the way they ride and steer compared to the Ram trucks. The Ram trucks feel honestly the biggest, the boatiest, and the floatiest with the 1500s. With the 2500s, the way the hood is shaped, the Chevy has a very boxy shaped hood. It makes it tougher to see in front of you. It makes the truck feel smaller. We'll see how the body roll is through the twisties. It doesn't feel bad at all. It doesn't feel any worse than a 1500 when it comes to body roll. So I'm impressed. The difference in handling between the 1500 and 2500 Chevys is way bigger of a difference than the handling between the 1500 and 2500 Rams. Between the 1500 and 2500 Rams, they really feel about the same in terms of handling. We'll slow down a little bit, try a little pull once this guy makes his right turn. See how the acceleration feels. There's a lot of cars on the road, so we'll just do like a quarter throttle. Ooh, boost, and it takes off. Only about 2,000 RPM, but you're picking up speed really quickly. And I mentioned before, this truck's like the old reliable. So the Ford Power Strokes and the Duramax from Chevy, they're switching, or they've already switched to the 10-speed automatic. We're still sticking to the 6-speed here. So the 6-speed has had much higher regards than the 10-speed, especially with the power and weight that this thing's gonna be pulling. Also, I'm pretty sure we did a window check about dual panes. We do get dual panes here, unlike the Chevy trucks. And you can tell the wind noise here is just about non-existent. The road noise is silent with these all-terrain tires. This is a really impressive truck, and the ride quality is way better than the Chevy trucks, even for the heavy duties, because you look down and you're going faster than you think you are. Taking a step out here, we can try out an acceleration on the gas. Woo! There it is. Not bad. So as I suspected, the half throttle and full throttle accelerations aren't drastically different. We'll see how it is in a little bit of a high speed twisty. The steering feels okay, not great, but it does the job on the gas. Woo! Yep, great torque coming out. It's not blowing you away with power. Yeah, full throttle, the Duramax feels a little bit stronger. I can only assume the Power Stroke does too. But moving acceleration, woo! Yeah, the shifts aren't lightning quick, but they do the job. They're strong, crisp shifts, and I'm sure they'll do the job for over 100,000 miles. whereas competition with the 10 speeds, that long-term reliability can become a question. I'm just blown away with these brakes. Heavy duty truck with brakes like this, turning capability like this, oh gosh. And coming out. Ooh. Hear the water bottle flying. Yeah. This is a monster. I can only imagine what it would be like with an exhaust system. I'm using my turn signal, not quite sure why. But again, throwing it in, feels good. On the gas, about half throttle. Yeah. Yeah, half throttle and full throttle does not feel drastically different. But this thing is still a beast, nevertheless. I've always said I love GMC trucks, and if I was going to get a heavy duty truck, I would get an AT4 Sierra. I don't know if that's the case anymore. This Laramie is freaking sweet. No, it's not going to be as quick as the Duramax. But again, that long-term reliability is a big deal with trucks, especially if you're going to be using them to be towing heavy equipment that can just deteriorate your truck further and further. But this is a quiet interior, surprisingly nimble ride. The brakes feel good, the steering feels good, visibility is great thanks to this slopier hood compared to the competition. I gotta get my hands on like an F250, F350 Power Stroke and just compare it. But so far, as a truck, I prefer this. As a brand new power plant, acceleration wise, I may prefer the Duramax, but give it 80, 100,000 miles, I may begin to reconsider. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a heavy duty truck, luxury truck, I would definitely recommend checking this one out. And at higher speeds, even on concrete pavement, the road noise is unbelievably limited. We still don't hear any wind noise. This is a serious luxury truck. I know a lot of you guys like the Limited. The Limited's the desirable Ram truck for an additional $12,000, $13,000, $14,000. You get a lot more options and features, and you can say you have the Limited, top of the line version of the Ram. But I'm telling you, that's not necessary. Here with the heated and ventilated seats, the Suede Alcantara, the Cummins diesel 6-cylinder engine, this is an impressive vehicle. That was the red light camera alert that we had. We're gonna hop out onto the highway one more time, do one more acceleration run at about third throttle, see what it's like for daily driving, and then take this car back to Furman, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. And again, huge thanks to them for helping make this review possible. This is a sweet truck. I love the MegaCab design and idea. I want to get my hands on one and just check it out, see how it is for myself, and also show it to you guys, see if that's what you want to get in your heavy duty truck. Because I'm pretty sure Ram's the only guys that offer the MegaCab. So if that's what you want to get, you're gonna have to check this one out. All right, guys, we'll take a step out onto this highway. We'll do daily acceleration, not stepping the gas pedal too hard, but about third throttle. Good torque. Smooth shifts. And just an overall smooth acceleration process to highway speed. And even at highway speed, just about silent in here. I can only imagine what it would be like if you lower the tire pressure to about 40 PSI. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a heavy duty luxury truck, you're just shy about spending 90, 100,000 bucks. You want to still get all that luxury, top level luxury, diesel engine, and the looks and features to go along with it. I would definitely recommend checking out the 2023 Laramie heavy duty with the diesel engine. And I would recommend checking out the Laramie specifically because I can't imagine how many more options and features you would get with the Limited to justify paying $15,000 to $20,000 more. If you're looking for a bang for the buck luxury truck, I would definitely recommend checking this one out. And a big thanks to Mike at Furman, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa, Newport Richey, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and that's from Mike. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.